You have the keys?
Yeah.
All right. Do I have to turn anything on in order to fire it up?
No, just
like a pump or anything like that?
I'm vlogging for my channel. Good. Yeah. So. So what are you doing to yours right now?
Taking out the iron machines.
Oh, okay.
Putting them off.
Dude, it's low. Holy cow! I didn't know yours was that low. I thought mine was pretty low.
Yeah, mine's low.
Damn. What springs do you have on yours?
I bought the sport
lines. Okay, sport lines. I have a Steeda Progressive.
Yeah, I was gonna get the H&R. They're more lower, but I like these.
It looks nice, dude. That was a nice stance.
I have 335s in the back, 25s and 20s.
Oh, okay.
With some different rims, and the car would sit real low. The car was lower, but I got some bigger 35s.
Yeah.
So it fits nice.
Looks.
Can you turn on the computer? All right. You have the keys?
Yeah.
All right. Do I have to turn anything on in order to fire it up?
No, just
like a pump or anything like that?
No, just like that.
All right. If you want to, you can come over. So we're going to go ahead and turn the key to the on position. Let's go ahead and check that out because it'll blink real quick.
Okay.
Okay, so it blinked real quick. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, so it might be communicating with it. Let's go ahead and see what's up.
All right.
Let's fire it up. Okay, let's go ahead and... We're going to go ahead and see what's going on here. It might be...
Hey, the man of the hour finally shows. Hey, you show pretty late, bro. I might get copyright strike. Let's turn off the volume.
What I do here is I'm gonna fire it up, right?
Okay.
This is an older car, so it's very different on how to deadlock. Sometimes they're not even able to deadlock.
All right.
So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna take a look at this wideband.
Yeah.
We're gonna try and fire it up, keep it alive. Sometimes it won't stay running, but whatever the AFR registers to after we turn it off, that's what it's either gonna be rich or lean, and that's what we're gonna find out. All right.
Okay.
Right now it's full lean. I'm gonna try and turn it on.
Yeah.
And whatever it tells us after it shuts off, that's the position that we're gonna go into.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna go ahead and wait. Okay, it's full lean.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna go ahead and add some fuel and go from there.
Okay.
And with that, we're gonna turn off the battery again, and we'll do all that stuff. All right.
Okay. Cool. It's a lot of science that goes in there.
We're doing.
So, bro,
You're
pretty good.
when the battery's off?
Yeah.
But this is old school, man.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and add fuel. Now, so then I'll plug it in and everything.
Oh, okay. There it is.
Hopefully, I can save some money so I can change it to a standalone.
You know, standalones are pretty good for these types of cars. Especially if you get like a Holly kit that speed density and stuff like that with the wideband sensors, and that's awesome. It's a little bit of money, but it's so much user friendly to do. Especially if there's an issue or whatever, you can always the wideband sensor.
The Harley is like almost $3 grand.
That's not that bad.
With the harness and everything.
So the battery is off, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Food vlog.
Shit.
Was burgers doesn't taste good.
Half a day cleaning this thing.
Oh, dude.
Right there.
All right, ready? All right, it blinked. Let's go ahead and see what's up there.
Let me go on this side.
So it might need a little bit more fuel, but the thing is that this doesn't start registering. See that? So let's see where it goes to. See if it goes to rich or to full lean. We'll be able to tell here in a sec. Okay, so it's going into, nope.
It's lean.
Yeah, it's lean. Let me try it one more time. All right?
All right.
So now let's go ahead and make some adjustments.
All right. Set up the alarm.
Blinks. All right. Still lean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there.
What happened?
Well, you got a custom one.
Huh?
That's pretty cool.
Valiendo dick, David.
Damn, dude. I didn't think it was gonna be that much of a
Hopefully
problem.
next time it comes back, you should have a fucking Holly.
Yeah. Hold on, it's still adjusting.
Somewhat, yeah.
So right now it's still reading.
Yeah.
So now, so still muscle memory.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting there.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
We're finally starting to see some,
Yeah, no,
some fuel.
now there's some
Yeah.
progress there.
It was
Yeah.
full lean for a long time. Now we're finally starting to see a little bit of fuel. So
Oh
that's
yeah,
good.
definitely.
So that's
Yeah, it
good.
looks a lot better.
And then we'll go through the RPM, see how fueling looks like at a certain RPM, and we'll go from there. Then we'll take it out for a spin. Whoever you can drive it while I monitor everything else. And then, you know, we'll see what's up. We won't go right up the throttle just yet because it's a fresh build.
Yeah.
We don't want the heads to lift and boost go into the water jacket, stuff like that, because we've had that stuff happen. So I really don't recommend it.
Yeah.
I want to let this stabilize. So it's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
It's doing pretty good. Now we're gonna take it into the RPMs. So you see how it's starting to move a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, it's being very unstable. Usually that's due from a cam or something like that. So it looks at the bottom portion, it might need just a little bit more fuel, but across the board it looks all right.
Yeah.
But if this starts to average out more around the 14-15 range, then we'll leave it as is. It's probably just the inconsistency of a cam with the turbo and everything.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's stabilizing now.
Yeah, it
so
is.
that's good.
Yeah.
So what we'll do next now is we'll turn it off, and then we can get set up so that we can go ahead and take it out for a quick spin.
Cool. Sounds good.
The passenger side, if you want to, you can go ahead and no, don't remove it. So I'll get on the passenger side. You'll go ahead and take it for a spin. Now we're not gonna go full wide up a throttle or anything like that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put it in second or third gear, and then you'll do an RPM sweep. Basically, you'll start off at around 1500 RPMs, and then you'll just press on the throttle slowly all the way until you reach about 3500 RPMs. And then after that, just put it back into neutral, let it cool down a little bit, and then we'll see how the fueling and everything looks. All right?
Okay. So you said
What?
fueling's good?
Oh yeah, everything seems fine. Startup is good, fueling is fine, fueling through the RPMs is fine, but remember,
Watch out there with the foot.
so anyways, Fueling through the RPMs is fine, but remember, we didn't add any load. This was all neutral. And the reason we do that is because we want to make sure first that at a little bit higher range into the RPM, fueling is a little bit better, but it won't give us proper readings until we actually put load onto it. Yeah. Because when you put load into it, we're getting more air, the engine is requiring to add more airflow, right? So that's when we'll know how fueling is within the RPM with load. So we'll go ahead and do that now.
All right.
So fueling is legit. It's
cool.
Badass. Hold on, give me
nice,
a second
man.
so I can look at this. I don't want to fucking get the piece here. There you go. All right. So fueling is fine. We're getting a lot of spark blowout.
Yeah.
We couldn't see that when we were neutral revving, and the reason being is because there was no load.
Yeah.
Fueling is badass all across the board. However, it looks like we're getting some spark blowout. What that means is that anytime that the engine starts seeing some higher load, especially on the boosted setup, the spark itself from the spark plug, it's igniting, right? It's igniting. You put load, the turbo starts spooling, starts boosting, and you can hear it, right? You heard it all spooling and everything. So what happens is that all that incoming air is blowing out that spark, right? It's not letting it ignite. Yeah. Right, so either the gap is too wide or the spark plug is no good, or it can be a combination of those things. Cracked porcelain, stuff like that. Yeah. So usually you want to go about a quarter or two steps colder on the plug and have a tighter gap. That way the boost that's coming in will not blow it out, right? Oh, okay. And so that's basically what we're experiencing. I asked him what kind of plugs it has, but he's not 100% certain. But to me, you know, just based out of experience and everything, it just feels like spark blowout. Fueling is badass. Yeah, I mean, if the plugs were good and everything, I'd say we're ready to go ahead and send it. That and the engine being, you know,
yeah.
But it definitely needs some one-stage colder plugs, at least just to start off with. Gap at around 28 or so, give or take. And then, what is it, 2800s or thousands? I can't remember what it's called.
It's, yeah, 2800s, I think.
Something.
Yeah, something like that. Thousands, right? Yeah, thousands.
Okay, something, whatever. But gap it into that, just to start off with, and we'll go from there. But
right.
as far as everything else, oh, the suspension on this thing is ass. You run over an ant, and you'll feel it in your ass.
Yeah.
We went into the bumpiest roads you can imagine. And holy shit, man. We almost died. Outside of that, it's fine.
Yeah.
Outside of that, it's good. Just need some spark plugs, gap them to 28,000s, and we'll be set.
Cool.
Yep. All right. Up the hood just in case to see what's going on, man. I just want to make sure that there's nothing like that because we finally started adding some load to it. All right. So everything looks fine. No leaks, no nothing like that. All right. Fueling is good. Fueling was about 14, 15 across the board. And once you really started getting into load, then we go into where we're commanding it to richen up, you know, for boost and stuff like that. And that richens up. So that's fine. It's just the rest of it. Back. That's one way to go ahead and check it. But like I said, outside of that, everything seems fine. I'll just go ahead and replace the plugs for a one step colder, get it tighter. It can be anything, really, too. It can be a cracked porcelain. It can be anything else. Yeah. But that's the first step that I would take. Because you can feel it misfire. Yeah. Right? And to me, whenever I'm doing a boosted car, that's the first thing that I check. Because if that's not right, wide open throttle is going to be even worse.
Yeah.
On Mark's car, where's this car at?
Yeah,
He left.
Okay. On Mark's car, we installed the Roush blower, we installed everything, and we were on the dyno. And even if you're on the loaded dyno, it's very, very hard to feel the what's it called, the spark blowout. It's very, very hard because you're in a controlled area, the rollers are moving. You can't actually feel the car shaking because it's not going anywhere, it's stationary. Yeah. So we couldn't really feel spark blowout until we went wide open throttle. Once we went wide open throttle, the whole thing just misfired like crazy. So I said, hey man, what's going on? Turns out he kept the stock spark plugs.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So we swapped them out, got them tighter to 28,000s, and it's been fine ever since. But you will feel the spark blowout when you're driving. Not when you're on dyno, but when you're driving, you'll feel it.
Yeah.
So, but at least now we know what's going on. We know fueling is good. It took us a while to get fueling going. And that's how you do it old school style. Sometimes well, not sometimes, but normally you would go ahead and hook up a voltmeter to check to see what the mass airflow signal output is. Yeah. Because the way that you tune these cars is based off of mass airflow sensor volts. So you find the output on that, you find the air fuel at a certain voltage for the mass airflow sensor, and then you start making adjustments that way. And then you start making spark adjustments on the dyno to see where it falls in line so that it can create the most inefficient power.
Yeah, it's definitely a different process.
Way different than these other cars.
Different.
So you go from cars that are like this, and there's a man of the hour. So you go from cars like this, where you have to do all these extra steps, to cars that you can manipulate the cam idle when it's completely stock. It's the craziest thing how Ford changed technology in such a short period of time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, I'm not sure how many videos David is posting up, but you can see the process where the car barely idles, and then you're cranking. It wants to turn on, but it doesn't. So you let the wideband sit down for a bit. I mean, not sit down, but settle for a little bit. Check what the fueling is. It went full lean in our case. Made adjustments, added more fuel. Still did somewhat the similar thing. Then it finally idled, but it barely registered 17 and then full lean. We made another adjustment. Now we're on the money. Yeah. So it's a process on these things. On the newer cars, it might take 3 or 4 tries, but eventually it'll fire up. Then it'll start making its adjustments on its own, and you'll get perfect fueling, but you'll see that your fuel trims are way out of whack. So then that's when you can make adjustments. On these other cars, it either works or it doesn't. Yeah. There's no in between. Yeah. So that's how we start making these adjustments based off of the wideband. It's very, very important on cars from 2010 and below to get a wideband so that we can go ahead and see what your fueling is 100%. Yeah. And that's it.
That's true. Something to keep in mind. Oh, dude, that's pretty easy access right there.
Shot fast plugs.
Yeah, probably. Maybe. So if you guys like today's video, guys, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, guys, for more videos just like this. Also, stay tuned for part 2 series of the 5.0 New Edge build. So New Edge swap, I'm sorry. So if you like what you guys see, again, like, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and make sure you comment, guys. It would be really helpful, and for future reference, it'll help out for something I have coming up. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you all for stopping by. See you on the next one.